Ethics is important to every staff in Safaricom because it helps the staff to work with honesty, integrity, and also it will help him to achieve his goals in an ethical way. Ethics helps an employee work with integrity and honesty, and it also helps an organization have a good image outside, that's with the customers and also with the entire community. We demonstrate ethics in our line of work by assisting our customers whenever they have issues with the business, and also whenever there is any type of unethical behavior that is being displayed by some members or some staff members, we are able to actually get that information and help our customers in bettering our image outside. For our customers, we need to improve the way we interact with them, and we also need to educate them more about ethics and how to display ethical behavior. In so doing, we will improve both internally and externally, and it will help the business to achieve its goals, both financially and also for social interaction.
Ethics is important to us because it really is the cornerstone of integrity. It defines who we are as a company, because one of the main values of the company, the three are speed, simplicity, and trust. So the last one, trust, is really based on how ethically we act. So it is important because it is what helps us retain our brand image, and lack of ethics can make us tarnish our image, and the customers would lose trust in us and our products. As an auditor, we are entrusted by the business to entrench a culture of controls in the business. So ethics, when people act ethically, they act right, not because of the set rules and regulations or policies and procedures, but because it is the right thing to do. So as an auditor, it becomes important because people do the right thing, regardless of what is set out by the policies and procedures, and makes our work all the much easier. One of the obstacles I'd say is the fact that people rationalize and decide that the end justifies the means. And so regardless of what you have to do to attain the goals and objectives you have set, sometimes that makes us shelve the ethics aside and first focus on achieving the objectives, and sometimes act not in a very ethical manner in attaining those objectives. As a company, we need to focus on how goals are achieved as opposed to the performance, so that we are able to reward people who have acted ethically as opposed to people who might have achieved a lot of objectives but not in a very ethical manner.
It's important to me because as a Safaricom employee, it helps me to work with honesty and integrity, and it gives me a clear and a very good posture to the business, and even have a good employer relationship. Even as I go out, maybe in the near future, I can be able to get good recommendations from the employer of Safaricom, simply because I had integrity and honesty when I was doing my work. It's demonstrated in my line at work because, first of all, my line at work as the administrator in PMO department, it deals with mostly the projects that are being carried out in the business, across the business. And therefore, you have to be able to be keen when you are carrying out such projects. So you have to look for the procedures. You have to go through all the procedures that are outlined in each and every project and make sure that they are followed. That way, when the project is completed, it is okay with the business. So far, I've not faced any issues in my line at work concerning the ethical issues. This is because I believe and I tend to understand that Safaricom has employees that have integrity and honesty when they are carrying out their work. I think the policies are supposed to be stated very clearly and documented very clearly. Just to give an example, like now when we are carrying out our CSR activities, most of the time you tend to find out that, like us administrators, we get to do shopping for the offices. Therefore, we have these smart cards that are all over supermarkets. These smart cards gain loyalty points. Now, as the company, it doesn't allow that. But now when you come and maybe, for example, if you take those points to use it in the CSR and it's not allowed, the company doesn't give you the option of telling you what will be the implication when you do that. So it should state clearly what are the implications whenever you go through such, or whenever you come across any ethical issue, and how you're supposed to be disciplined.
Safaricom is a company that is held in high esteem by Kenyans because we offer services to Kenyans that they deal with in a day-to-day basis. Therefore, it's important as an employee of Safaricom to uphold ethical practices because of the trust that Kenyans have in us and the way that we transform lives in all that we do. In M-Pesa operations, we are charged with coming up with processes, procedures that actually manage the system and how the system interacts with the customer. M-Pesa system is a system used by customers to send money, and we are responsible for a lot of money passing through the system. Therefore, we need to be sure that how we are dealing with the system, money is not lost. By coming up with processes and procedures that safeguard that money so that the Kenyans out there can actually trust the system, as we say, because then we are able to assure them that their money is safe with us and they can use it to send money, and therefore we can transform their lives in the process. Therefore, ethics is important in what I do because through the system, fraud can happen. Therefore, I need to be very sure and clear how I'm interacting with the system, how I'm assisting the organization to interact with the system, including the escalations, the user accesses, who accesses the system, how they access it, and when they access it, and make sure that that is safe. In Safaricom, we have something we call the customer first. And sometimes you find that that is being used to make you not follow procedure, because someone will tell you, let's put the customer first and assist. But then you find that you have to revert back to the process and procedures in place, because by reverting back the process and procedures in place, then you are putting the customer first and ensuring that their process, the money is safe with us, and actually they're actually assisted the way they should be assisted. It's more or less continuing to do what we are doing. We are going in the right direction. We have all structures in place, separation of duties. We've got processes that we follow. We've got good governance. By continuing to do what we are doing, the assistance is there.
I work in network delivery, a department that's network engineering. And I believe that ethics is very important in my line of work, considering that I need to deliver what I've promised to the business with the resources availed to me, so that the customers that we have and who we serve can actually get a better experience, and the business can get the benefits of the resources availed. Sure, there will be difficulties. You have to make decisions, and the right decisions which you believe that at the end of the day you have to get a benefit out of what you're inputting. Through the ethics awareness to staff and to vendors.